Pat Riley telling us that the Nets could be up 3-1. But that is not the case.
Matt, we can talk about that. The key thing is, can Lawrence Frank and his staff get the players to believe it and buy into it and then give that kind of effort and energy? And we see Jason Kidd making a statement right there. Jason Kidd opening up on Dwayne Wade.
Carter knocks it down, and that's what Lawrence Frank said. Do you believe that was his statement to his team prior to this game?
And he also thought that you would be able to tell pretty early in the game with their energy and how they come out and attack, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. You know, Frank makes a great point. You look at New Jersey, and everyone's talking about their offense. It's their defense that they have to improve if they want to win this series.
Carter driving, and a whistle, and a foul on the board.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, this is what you want. Vince Carter is so talented. It is easy for him to settle for jump shots. He can get them whenever he wants to, but you can tell when he's really into the game by looking at the free throw attempts. He has to attack the basket tonight.
In the last two games in this series, just 13 attempts. In the first two, 31 free throw attempts. It was 2 of 4 in game 4. 6-0 start for the Nets. Shaquille O'Neal on the inside, and Jason Collins picks up a foul.
So what we're saying is the possibility is here, Doc, for Shaq to have a huge night, a 30, 35-point night if they get it going.
And I don't think New Jersey worries about that. They worry about Shaq getting his and everyone else.
And Dwayne Wade, the concern of dribble penetration with Dwayne Wade.
It's winning talk. Yeah. You know, when you start winning games, everyone on your team starts talking about how we're coming together, and that's winning talk. It's a start.
He felt it started actually in the Chicago series with all the turmoil they went through. An emotional roller coaster ride. The drive, Jason Williams, and he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Because they won only, but they had to go through a struggle. I mean, Wade going through stuff, has him throwing his mouthpiece. I mean, you had a lot of stuff going on in Miami, and now that's all kind of cleared away, and now they're focused on playing basketball.
And as he told us, he said the Chicago Bulls came at them like bloodthirst hounds.
Yes.
Woke them up. Nets on top by 5. Carter drives.
Doc, you know, we saw there a series of pick and rolls by New Jersey. It wasn't just one pick and roll and then try to make something happen. It was the first pick and roll, then the second pick and roll, then the penetration.
And they got away from that in the last couple of games. They've had single picks. When you multiple pick Miami, you have a chance of stretching their defense and getting to the basket. More importantly, that's the second time now Vince Carter has attacked the basket.
He's 3 of 3 from the floor, 8 points. Carter in the lane. Nene Kristic. The first 3 games, Czar averaged just 11 points and 5 rebounds.
Well, I would think as a young man, if I came into a playoff series and knew that the guy I was going up against, was Shaquille O'Neal, it might, draw my attention. I have a little concern about that. So you can't blame him. He has been a great piece for this team. He's a young man, a lot of great years lying ahead, and he's just what they need in that offense that they run. Guy who can step back and make that shot.
Walker's shot doesn't go. Wanted the foul call, doesn't get it. Jefferson with the slam.
See, this is the New Jersey Nets that you saw in game 1. They're pushing the action. They're forcing the action down the floor. This is how they have to play.
Over the last 3 games, Miami averaging over 105 points for a Nets team that Lawrence Frank says is built on defense.
And draws a foul on Kristic, who they can't afford to get in foul trouble.
That was a bad foul from New Jersey. The way to stay out of foul trouble, because at the end, that might be the matchup where he has to be on Shaquille O'Neal. They try and keep him off Shaq for the majority of the minutes early in the game.
Yeah, because they would like to go small in the fourth quarter if they can. The only way they can do that if Kristic is not in foul trouble.
Nets shooting 71%. Jefferson has a foul, Collins a foul, and Kristic a foul. Carter short, and Walker with a rebound, and here's Williams. Slows it down, delivers to O'Neal in the lane. So tough to handle. Shaquille O'Neal, 2 of 2, 4 points.
When Shaq catches it that deep, you're in trouble, and that was in transition.
It's one of those center lane sprints, meaning big man, run the floor as fast as you can, get to the dotted line in front of the rim, will find you with the basketball, and then go to work.
Kristic spins and travels and turns it over. Now that he's slim, he can sprint. Slim at 330. O'Neal, 3 of 3, 6 points, and now it's a 2-point game.
You know, this is almost a message to Shaq, from Shaq to the Nets. You can try to cover me single, but if you do, I'm going to hurt you.
6-0 run by the Heat. Jefferson cut off. Here's Kidd for 3. Got it. Ends the run.
Everything for the Nets so far has come off of dribble penetration. That was a 3, but that was off a drive.
Walker flashes, now up high. They'll clear out for O'Neal. Shot clock down to 6. Dribble penetration, Wade. Williams, with the clock running down, sticks it.
Jason Williams has struggled in this series to make open shots. That time you saw the hesitation. He had to shoot it because the 24-second clock was down at 1 when he released it.
Yeah, he did a smart thing, though, Mike. He decided to step in, not try to settle for 3. He stepped in, got a good shot, and that's why he made it.
Doesn't happen too often in this league. Guys stepping in. What are you talking about? Everybody steps back nowadays behind the three-point line.
Jefferson with 7 points, 3 of 3 shooting. Williams once again. 2 of 2 inside the
Yeah,
arc.
and stepped in again, too, which is great for him. You know, guys like Williams, they don't need but a couple of shots to go in for them to start feeling good about themselves again.
Jefferson, shot doesn't go. And it's Heat basketball. The Heat 6 of 11 after a sluggish start. Wade over Carter on the weak side. Jefferson.
Again, New Jersey in the zone defense that time, and that's what a zone will do sometimes. Sometimes it makes you stop and think. Other times you hurry up and get shots up quickly.
And
Kidd,
that's what you
another
want.
3.
You know, that was a perfect zone. It forced a quick shot.
You can put points up on the board for him. A guy who can step back, make an open shot. You can play pick and pop with him.
Yeah, and he's their only post player beside Vince Carter.
Lamont Murray checks in. Deflected. Saved by Jefferson, and Lamont Murray, the veteran out of Cal, comes away with it. Here's Carter for 3. Murray with the putback.
See, I think Murray has to be the other guy. You know, Cliff Robinson is a big minus for them not having him. Murray must be the guy that gives them extra points.
And for those viewers, Doc, who don't remember Lamont Murray a few years back, this was a guy who could put numbers up in a hurry and a bunch of numbers. A prolific scorer throughout his career.
All-time leading scorer at Cal Berkeley. Carter driving. Jack Neese, veteran crew. Carter gets the roll.
See, that's a three-pointer the old-fashioned way, man. That's a pretty good way of getting a three-pointer.
You can get it going forward instead of going backwards. Doc, does this just poor Miami defense where they've given up already 27 points with 3.5 remaining, or is it the fact that Jersey's just making shots right now at this point in the game?
I think it's more making shots, but I think it's more the way they're playing. New Jersey's attacking Miami right now. Everything is to the basket.
Jefferson, an offensive foul.
The fans out of the game, that home crowd, home court advantage, New Jersey wanted to jump out here early on.
The whiteout. Take the whiteout out.
You know, also Lawrence Frank talked about taking Wade out of the game early. You know, he said in every game thus far, Wade has gotten off to good starts. The switch that Frank has made is he's put...
Wayne Wade, a slow start, 0 of 4, with Jason Kidd guarding him. Jacques Vaughn. Wide open Jay for Lamont Murray, and he can do that all night long.
Yeah, that's what Murray does. I mean, he can really shoot the basketball. He has to get comfortable in that role again. That's what he used to do. It's been taken away from him because minutes have been taken away from him, but now they need him.
O'Neal backing down over John Thomas, who just checked in. And Shaquille O'Neal getting deep post position.
I understand.
Inadequate.
Guard that big guy.
Carter spins. And he is fouled. During the regular season, average close to
Be in the huddle, and we're going to be talking about our team defense. This is a 30-plus point quarter for New
You
Jersey.
hear the Heat players talking about defense, and right now they're struggling again playing defense.
Walker. O'Neal. The thunderous slam.
See, the Nets just broke the golden rule. The one thing you cannot do when you're playing a team that Shaq is on is help. You have to stay on Shaq. I don't care if the other guy gets the layup. You can't help off of Shaq.
Under 10 of the shot clock. Jacques Vaughn over Wade. And Vaughn knocks it down. 33-22. And the shot clock turned off. Dwayne Wade, averaging 11 points in the first quarter, is 0 of 4.
They're going to try and force Wade to his left hand right now, and you saw Thomas step up and Wade go around. That's the problem. You get a big guy stepping up on Dwayne Wade. He's too quick.
He is. I mean, that was a sensational move. The defense was right. The offense was just better.
His first field goal. Dwayne Wade just 1 of 5, 4 points in the first quarter.
If you're Miami, you're saying, look, we shot 53%. That's not the problem. The problem is that Jersey shot 57%, scored 33 points, and you see Vince Carter taking one of those fadeaways with the follow-up on the inside that time by Lamar Murray.
And again, it was because of second pick. They stretch the defense. It opens up the floor. Vince Carter has to take a tough shot, but the floor is wide open and allows Murray to get the rebound.
Murray 3 of 3, 6 points. Alonzo Mourning checking in for the Miami Heat. Wade goes baseline, finds Alonzo. And Alonzo Mourning is fouled. He wants the bucket to count, and Joe Crawford says no, it will not. Kidd, Vaughn running. Wade falls hard. And Payton there on the scene, and a foul is going to be charged to the veteran Gary Payton.
Yes, it's too easy.
Come on, you averaged a double-double. Come on.
Yeah.
Walker at the series averaging 5 rebounds. He loves to do this. Take threes, and he made one.
That was in rhythm. That's the type of shot that he made. The earlier three that he took off the dribble was a forced tough one. When he catches those in rhythm, he's a good three-point shooter.
Game 4, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. Shot clock at 7. Kidd guarded by Payton. Shot clock at 4. Kidd jumper good.
Pitch it ahead to Dwayne Wade out in front. That's got to be scary to have him coming at you full speed.
Gary Payton for 3. Knocked down a big one in game 4 with 56 seconds remaining to make it 97-90. And it was Wade with the assist like it was right there. And a timeout taken by Jason Kidd in the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah.
Jefferson along with Kidd, Thomas, Murray, and Vaughn. Wade climbs up, snares the rebound.
So the idea is right from the coaching standpoint. You take a timeout, you settle it down, you say, let's be aggressive. You hope to get a call going to the basket, and the ball rolls off the rim. And sometimes that's just how the momentum goes.
Yeah, and I still think Jefferson is looking to get fouled right now instead of finishing the shot.
Payton takes it right to the rack and gets a call.
Trying to be aggressive there, but I'm not sure if you want to trap him out that high or just occupying the normal space that he's going to occupy.
And stronger than you. You know, it's a tough call.
Jefferson, Collins, Vaughn, Carter, and Murray. And Jefferson knocks it down. He's 4 of 6 and has 9 points.
You know, Mike, the difference is if you're Pat Riley, it's a block. If it's Lawrence Frank, it's a charge. And that's how tough that call is.
Exactly.
O'Neal. Shot clock at 7. Payton driving. Gets by Carter and uses a left hand. 8 points coming off of the bench for Gary Payton.
One of the things that Miami loves to do is throw it to Shaq. He kicks it out. Then they throw it back to him again. Repost him right away. Well, you can see Jersey really trying to take the repost away.
Well, they're trying to deny the repost, and the problem...
If you're a little guard down there and your big man leaves Shaq to go try and block the shot, then you as the little guard have to cut off Shaquille O'Neal and try and block him out.
And that's not happening.
It doesn't work that way.
Or foul him, which won't work either because you're too small.
Carter with 14 points, 5 of 6 already here in the first half from the free throw line. 6-point game, Nets on top, facing elimination. Posey delivers it to Alonzo Mourning. Mourning backing down on Collins. Offensive foul on Zoe.
See, that was an easy call. You know, Mike.
Look at sharp move to dislodge the defensive play and create space. Easy one, like you said.
Jefferson denied by Alonzo Mourning, 3rd in the NBA in blocked shots. And a foul. Suns take on the Clippers in Game 6 of that series. Sunday on ABC. It'll be the East semifinals, Game 7 or Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Richard Jefferson has to sit with 3 personal fouls. 5-point game. Nets on top. Carter delivers down low. He has 16 first half points.
You know what I liked about that play, though? Carter scored off of Jason Kidd's pass. The change so far in this game is they're putting the ball in Jason Kidd's hands to be the distributor instead of Vince Carter's hands.
Doc, I was just thinking before that shot, when is the last field goal attempt that Vince had in this quarter? And up to that point, Alonzo Mourning with the lefty jump hook. Up to that point, he had only taken 1 shot in this quarter after scoring 13 in the first quarter. So now Carter's 1 for 2 in this quarter.
Yeah, now they have to obviously get him involved. But I think the way they get him involved is key.
Jason Kidd back in. Here's Carter down low. Pulls it back out. Shot clock at 5. Carter driving. Carter. And an offensive foul is going to be charged to Collins.
Cleveland being a young playoff team. They're young to the playoffs because they haven't been there in 6 or 7 years. When you talk about Ilgauskas, Daniel Marshall, Eric Snow, Hughes, those are veteran guys.
No, LeBron James is young.
Yeah, 21 young.
Everyone else is not young. It's a veteran basketball team. I know a young team when I see a young team. It's in Boston.
He may be 21, but he's got a mind of a 30-year-old and a body of a 28-year-old. Carter lays it up and through.
We saw 2 driving, slashing baskets.
He has the ability to do that.
Big time.
He really does. When he focuses on post, driving the basket, and taking threes in rhythm, excellent.
Up fake, driving there with the left hand. Pass up to 3, and he hurts you.
He's coachable. I told you. You see?
Yeah, just
You say it here, he does it there.
Just the threat of the 3-point line, because the defense was trying to be so compact as they closed out and goes by him.
Collins' shot doesn't go.
Well, they're just ignoring Collins right now. They're forcing him to take shot.
Walker, baseline move. Mourning underneath over Collins.
This is a
And it's a
huge
one-point
run.
game.
This is a huge run Miami is making. Shaquille O'Neal has 3 fouls. He's in foul trouble. And I think this is a tough role for him. And I think he started to adjust to it. Scores need to touch leather. And when they don't, it affects him. Right now, Antoine Walker is playing because the ball is in his hand. He likes to play that way. Give him credit. He's tried to do it the right way all year. He's been in and out with it, but he's really starting to get comfortable now.
Huge factor right here. They come up with a turnover in New Jersey. And in that quarter, Doc, remember, first quarter, 13 fast break points. Turnover, 1-point fast break.
All right, thank you very much. 1-point game. New Jersey led by a dozen. A 17-7 run and a whistle and a foul on Vince Carter.
Option, 4th option. It's only coming to you so many times. You feel like you got to make everyone.
This is my only shot.
Right.
I have to make this. Another point you just made, Mike, about transition. Miami is scoring every single time down the floor right now or going to the foul line, and that takes away New Jersey's ability to get out and run.
First time that there is a tie in this game. Miami has never led. Carter, shot doesn't go. Williams for the lead. The first by the Heat.
That's the 3rd time that Jason Williams has turned down a 3-point shot and stepped inside to get a 2.
Like we had actually charted Jason Williams in Memphis to show him the
Dwayne Wade playing basketball. You know, Jason Kidd talked about it.
The gift, the talent, the mind, and the work ethic.
How does he do that?
I agree.
Walker, the back down with the hook. All
He's
his points coming here in the second quarter.
Comfortable right now, Antoine Walker.
9 points, 4 of 8 shooting, started 0-3. Heat up by 2. Kidd over Jay Will.
That's a tough matchup for Jason Williams, and that's where New Jersey is going to go right now, straight to the post.
Not only do you have to worry about him posting, shooting over the top, but then he goes to the offensive boards, as you know, Doc.
Walker for 3. Playing inside and out. He's got a dozen here in the second quarter.
The fans love him right now.
Kidd. Nice up fake in front of Mourning and is able to finish.
Yeah, that's the matchup New Jersey's going to try to exploit. And right now, on the other end, they're getting the ball to Wade to create, and it's coming back out to Antoine for shot.
Wade. Shot doesn't go. Just 1 of 9 from the field, but yet, yeah, you think back to game 4, 78-77.
It was Jefferson or Kristich to get in foul trouble. They both are in foul trouble, and it's only a 3-point game. So if you're Lawrence Frank, you're pretty happy right now.
Kidd weaving his way around Wade. Murray, up fake. Shot doesn't go.
Got to take the first one.
He wound up passing up a better shot to take a worse shot, putting the ball on the floor to one dribble.
On their feet here in Miami. Slight differential, game clock, shot clock. James Posey. Plenty of time, Kidd. Here's Murray. And he is fouled by Wade. Jacques Vaughn. Here's Murray for 3. Got it.
That's the one he should have taken a minute ago.
Exactly.
That's a
he didn't
huge
put it on
shot.
the floor.
We're trying to chase Antoine Walker off the three-point line in the first half. That obviously didn't work, so they're actually very happy they're still in the game, guys.
Carter and the Nets back up by 2.
Perhaps that's a signal. Maybe he's a great defensive stopper. He's in there to take Antoine out of his game.
Wade looks at one all the way through.
I was trying to come up with a comment.
I just went to the Wade shot.
Yes.
I put it out there for you.
Boy, you did.
Dwayne Wade now 2 of 10 as Jefferson tries to get on track here in the third, has 11 points.
See, I think that's a good matchup, Matt, for New Jersey. Walker guard Jefferson. The speed difference is huge. The key, though, for Jefferson, he has to go quick or Miami's going to load their defense.
O'Neal backing down and uses the left hand. Shaquille O'Neal 7 of 8 and has 14 points. Jefferson, shot doesn't go. Kristich trying to get involved. At 1 point, 1 rebound in the first half. Walker with 14.
And again, they got the matchup they wanted, but then Jefferson takes a jump shot. I don't think that's what Lawrence Frank, he wants him to attack the basket.
But you see the defense in Miami, Doc, is tilting, meaning they're overloading towards Jefferson. The outside jumper goes down that time for 2. The defense is...
Collins picked up his 3rd. Wade for 3. He's become a 3-point shooter in this series.
Yeah, the entire league
Watch
is
out.
getting a little nervous over this because he's starting to look comfortable behind the 3-point line.
They're taking the speeches away from the coaches because you used to say, look, we'll live with him shooting that shot. They're not saying that anymore.
Stop dribble penetration. Allow him to shoot the 3. Carter. Everyone that has played for the Heat has scored. Miami by 1. Wade is fouled.
Miami up in New Jersey, you had Haslam with 20 points and Walker with 20 points.
Alonzo Mourning in. Jefferson. Nets have turned it over 11 times. Here's Carter. Jefferson in the lane, off the window. Sweet move.
That's what Doc said it before. The speed and quickness of Jefferson off the dribble, and he had to find a way to get a shot off that time because there was a nice rotation by Miami.
Yeah, and the pick and roll helped, but he rejected it. The quickness advantage he has to use.
Walker backing down on Carter. Spins end line. Shot doesn't go. Kristich is there. Kidd has Jefferson again out on the wing. Takes it right to the hole on Dwayne Wade. Kidd with 18.
You tend to forget the size that Kidd has. It's a little bigger than you think as a point guard.
I think Dwayne Wade just forgot that as well.
To the starting lineup.
Well, we talked before how New Jersey very easily could have won any one of the last 2 games. How about San Antonio? Basket good, and the foul takes place right there. We were doing a favor for our former boss, Ted Turner, who had developed a relationship and asked us to go over and play 3 exhibition games in back then the original Soviet Union.
Yes.
And as Doc mentioned, just quite an experience is the best way to describe it.
Wade now has 13-9 here in the quarter. Kristich, open jumper, and game 4 is making those. Here in game 5 is not. That's up by 1. Wade attacking, gives it up to Haslam. His second dunk here in the 3rd quarter, created by Wade. Kidd for 3. Walker tracks down the rebound. Walker attacking.
When you score points, you have to try to get to the basket and get to the foul line and make something happen. Like this.
Jefferson, and he is fouled hard
In the first quarter.
That early offense is designed.
One guy on the other team is not going to get back, and you're going to get a good shot.
Jefferson, his first free throw attempts of the game was just 1 of 2 in game 4, and just 5 attempts of the last 3 games. Wade pops out. Haslam, second chance in a crowd with the left hand.
Haslam's the kind of guy that all he does is just show up and go to work every night and do what he's supposed to do.
Never has a play called, just does the job.
Jefferson up top for 3.
This is big for New Jersey. Jefferson is now on track. Vince Carter, you know his game will come to him. Jason Kidd is the distributor. The next thing they have to do is get Kristich involved.
The Big 4, as they call it, so with the slam dunk. Miami Heat by 2. The Big 4 in this series averaging close to 77 points. They're just getting little else from everyone else.
From anyone else.
Williams cut off by Kristich.
Doc, my concern would be with New Jersey. They played perhaps as well as they can play from their main 3 guys. And here they are in a 2-point game down 2. And Shaq hasn't been in the game for most of the time. So can they, in the 4th quarters, which has become so critical, get it done?
Yeah, well, Wade's not going to go away. Even if he struggles, he's not going anywhere. And Walker,
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you can see he's in a great rhythm right now.
Timeout, New Jersey.
We don't need him to get much better. As opposing coaches, we don't need that, okay?
And if he wants to improve his defense, just guard Kobe Bryant every day.
In a 3-point game. 2:40 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Kidd with the steal. Jefferson flying with the slam. 1-point game.
Sometimes you see how important a timeout is at the critical moment to stop the flow of the other team, get the crowd back out of the game. Everyone's seated back down again. Suddenly you're back into a 1-point contest.
They come out of the timeout, they execute the play, they get the bucket, then they get a turnover. Bam, now they're off and running. Now the tempo has just changed back, Mike, exactly right to New Jersey.
Skip pass. Murray swings it. Carter. Carter drives past Alonso. Shot doesn't go.
And Mourning may not have blocked that shot, but he certainly affected it.
Oh, no doubt.
Jason Williams.
Carter makes that shot on anybody else except for Mourning. And I love what Jason Williams is doing right now. He's playing the in-between game.
5 of 7 from the field, has a dozen points. Kidd penetrating. Spills out. Free throw line. Jefferson has 22 tonight here in game 5. Payton, Walker, and Williams. Shot clock at 5. Jason Williams gets by Kidd. Here's Posey. Shot clock down. Posey sticks the 3. And the Heat increased their lead to 5.
Because Antoine Walker is playing so well, he drew a double team. and that'll allow Posey to get the shot.
And you see that one of the things Pat Riley envisioned when he put this team together as Murray shoots the jumper and misses, he knew that he would have to spread the floor because of Shaquille O'Neal and the attention he would draw. So you have guys that will get behind the three-point line, are comfortable there, and then you have young ones like Wade who are getting better from behind the three-point line.
Jason Williams off track there. Kidd ahead to Jefferson.
I tell you, Jefferson started out behind 4 players and run by all of them with his speed. That's just an amazing play. Obviously, the pass was great, but Jefferson's speed was amazing.
Plus, the fact that Jason Kidd pushed it that hard, they're going to get the last shot back in this quarter, so their version of the 2-for-1.
6-second differential, game clock, shot clock. Jason Williams, shot doesn't go, and Jefferson with the rebound.
And they get the 2-for-1, Mike, exactly like you said.
7 seconds remaining in the quarter. Murray, shot doesn't go. And the third quarter comes to an end.
To make a defensive run at some point in this game.
Shot clock down, Walker driving, and his foul.
The Showtime Lakers, Riley, didn't slug it out of Knicks. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what it is right now.
Pat Riley's saying that this team is all about what it does in the postseason.
He also talks about defensive adjustments. He said since coming back, one of the things he had to do differently, he can no longer go with the one-on-one defense.
Lawrence Frank's team relied on its defense. They're an outstanding defensive team, which is very difficult.
During their 14-game winning streak, the New Jersey Nets held opponents to less than 84 points a game, and that included the likes of Dallas, Detroit, Phoenix, and the Miami Heat. Miami by 2.
Their bench was very good during that stretch. Again, you can see New Jersey going back to the zone. That's the second time now New Jersey has played zone, and Dwayne Wade has decided, I'll just take you off the dribble.
Because they catch Wade against one of the backline guys. And he's too quick. He puts it on the floor and goes by him.
Wade with 15, 11 here in the second half. 4-point advantage for the Heat. Jefferson, shot doesn't go, and Payton with the rebound.
Like you talked about the changing of times and the changing of athletes and what they can do. Remember the old days, you didn't dribble around with 3 zones. Never finished by morning. Yes. You passed the ball against the zone, and then you took an open shot. Well, that white thing, the hand on the jersey kind of like signifies as he's being grabbed right there.
Alonzo Mourning.
Ball back out on the side once again.
Jefferson with now 25 points. Technical foul on Alonzo Mourning. Here's Jefferson, and a foul on Alonzo Mourning.
That's a foul.
And it forces Pat Riley because he knows that things are...
Wade driving.
What a smart play by Wade. He knows there's been a couple of calls that's gone the other way. Attack the basket, force the officials to make a call or get to the basket and make the shot. Smart play.
Kidd was waiting for the help from the step-up guy on the screener, except that's Shaq as we see Jefferson miss it. You leave Shaq to step up, he's going to lob it to the rim.
Dwayne Wade, 1 of 9 at the break here in the second half, has 13 of his 17. Wade penetrating once again. Kristich with the block. Wade down. Jefferson ahead to Kidd. Jefferson gets it back. 28 points now for Richard Jefferson.
Found a way to deal with Phoenix much better than most teams did during the course of the regular season. But this will be another great series here.
Wade, a whistle and a foul.
That's spectacular. You do want to watch him. The key is for them to keep playing with him.
Wade with 18 points, 14 earned here in the second half. Heat back up by 5. Carter. Shot doesn't go. His own rebound. Put back no, and Shaquille O'Neal gets it and sends it to Posey.
You saw glimpses there of just how great an athlete Carter is. He missed the first one. He was just determined to go get the second shot opportunity and then tipped it on a third one.
That's just great athletic ability.
O'Neal backing down on Collins. pops out. Collins is there, and Kidd a chance to get out and run.
Tell you, New Jersey is just like hanging around right now. If you're Pat Riley, that makes you nervous. Shaquille O'Neal didn't want to make a play on the ball. He was worried about that extra foul.
You think it's over when the series is 3-1. Just ask those guys out on the West Coast right now, okay, how they feel about that. It's not over if you give the team some light. And I'm talking about the Lakers in that Phoenix series.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the only difference in that is that New Jersey would have to win 2 on the road, where Phoenix only had to win 1 on the road.
Pat Riley telling his team, listen, not only do you look there, but you can look up in New York at the Yankees and the Red Sox back in 2004. Trying to grab everything, and Jefferson gets the roll.
They're just hanging around.
His ball rolled in, out, and back in.
Wade escapes a double, and a foul.
Oh, let's say it's 8 or 10 free throws there. Still a very large discrepancy.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, the key is for Jefferson gets attacked, Kristich has to make a jump shot.
Kidd gets by Wade, finds Murray, and a foul on Antoine Walker.
Take off and go, and instead, Kidd crossed over on the inside.
Boy, they're just hanging around, Mike, I tell you.
That's what happened last game to New Jersey. Vince Carter missed 2 free throws, and it was a very close game.
It was 78-77 when Carter missed those 2. Carter. Offensive foul. Foul on Kristich.
That's when you talk about familiarity and practice in games. When he thinks his teammate is elevating, he's going to the glass for an offensive rebound.
Nice play by Lawrence Frank coming out. They've sliced Richard Jefferson off to the opposite post 4 times in a row. That time he gets an open shot.
Richard Jefferson with a new playoff career best, 33 points, and he ties it at 96. O'Neal backing down on Kristich, 73%. 0 for the last 5 from the line. Turnover. Wade igniting the crowd.
At this exact time in New Jersey, Dwayne Wade got a big steal that changed the 4th quarter in Game 4.
Kristich trying to keep it alive. Camp. Udonis Haslem comes down with it.
Murray keeps coming in. Mike, I don't understand why he wouldn't go out to spread the floor behind the 3-point line.
The reason, Doc, I can answer that one because I just happened to see the reason is you see Antoine Walker tee up the 3 balls a little bit short on the front of the rim. Because as
Carter in the first quarter had 6 free throw attempts. He has 9 in the game. He is 6 of 9, has 27 points in Miami by 1.
And he's going to be on the foul line a couple more times. He's going to have to make it.
As Lawrence Frank told us, he's like Mariano Rivera. He's our closer in the last 4 minutes. Can he be here in Game 5? Haslam all over the offensive glass and lays it back up and through.
See, Haslam's energy right now is the reason the Miami Heat have a lead. 3 times in a row in the last 2 minutes, he's got the second shot.
Murray.
So that's better, Mike. He stays out. He's not a driver. He's a shooter. Do what you do.
Heat by 1.
a little bit higher track that time to try and make Wade give up the ball earlier, and he did give it up earlier.
And Chris is about to pick up his 6th foul, most likely.
Avoids it. Avoids it. And Shaquille O'Neal, 52%, 3 of 12 in the 4th quarter, and they lead by 3. Murray. Haslam, another key rebound here in the 4th quarter.
It's almost like Lawrence Frank heard what Doc was saying, and he stepped the man back for a wide-open 3. Nice job that time. He brought it up.
He got the exact shot he wanted.
Walker got that one, and he wanted it, and so did the crowd.
You know the difference, Mike, right there? The Miami Heat role player, Antoine Walker, makes the open 3. The net role player, Murray, misses. Different game.
Wade.
Think about who has taken the last couple of shots now for New Jersey. And you talked about Mariano Rivera before. Got to get Mariano. That's 1 for 5, 3 points.
Yeah, Pat Riley right now is saying we've talked about defense all series. We have to do it. And again, that's what you said. Get it to your closer. Vince Carter gets it to the bucket. But right now for Miami, the play will be with Wade. He knows if you go to Shaq, they're going to foul him. The ball has to get in Wade's hand.
4-point game. Wade up top.
Here's the spread set. Now open the floor. Let Wade create.
Haslam short arms it. And a foul. Carter fouling Shaquille O'Neal. The changes, not only with players, but also with the head coach. O'Neal is first.
In New Jersey, you know for most chances that he's going to make the right decision. And he does it.
The Miami Heat move on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Dwayne, last play. Tell me what happened.
You know, in the huddle, I told Coach I wanted Vince because if he was going to make the shot, I knew they was going to him. If he was going to make the shot, I wanted him to make it over me. So, you know, we did our best job of getting through screens and, you know, got the steal.
Second half, you finally got yourself going offensively. What did you do?
Yeah, it's one of those nights, man. The ball wouldn't go in for me. I had a night like LeBron had last night. But, you know, found a way to help my teammates win and get this game, and that's what it's all about.
You guys have gotten back to the Eastern Finals after everything that happened to you, after all the moves this offseason. What does that mean to this team?
It means a lot. You know, we reconstructed our whole team, and we still back to where we was last year, but we're not satisfied, you know. We wait for the next team to come. We got to be prepared.
Last year, you got injured in Game 5 of that series against Detroit, and it turned the whole series around. How long and how much have you been looking forward to getting back and maybe playing them again?
Well, all summer. You know, we don't know who we're going to play yet, but, you know, all summer we was thinking about losing to Detroit in Game 7 on our home floor, so that's going to stick with us.